Yao-waist here. Today I was going to cover the different stepping, like ice stepping is the first practice. Now this ice stepping is a bit different than the Ching lineage, and you'll see readily why it is. The Ching is closer to what we call cloud stepping or cloud walking. But this is ice stepping, so I'll cover it because a lot of my senior students have a problem with this too. Now this is part of the practice of Ching Gong or light work, and it's designed to develop cotton sole or cotton foot, where your foot begins to feel like it's full of cotton, or like I say, it's full of gummy bear substance. So always as a first practice, and it's one of the first practices of Ching Gong, which is bone relaxation exercises, is you have to relax all the bones in your feet. So that's what you always do, is relax the bones in your feet. There can't be any tension in your feet, and that's the way to get your feet to completely relax. So we always start off shoulder width, and let me get back farther because I'm going to go toward the camera. Always shoulder width, a little bit wider. I get into practicing the principles. Everything's turned by the waist. I then adjust everything with my hands 45 degrees out to the side, just like we have in previous exercises. So all these exercises are interrelated with each other, and they build upon each other. Okay? Now, what I do is I sink completely to my left leg, I turn my waist, and I do a sliding step, half step. So it's only a half step with no weight on it. I then sink as I shift forward, but I do not put my weight on the floor. I'm on thin ice, remember, over a raging river underneath. I turn my waist, it's a sliding step. No weight. Shift. Turn the waist, sliding step. No weight, then I shift. And I repeat. So I'm on railroad tracks that are shoulder width. As I do ice stepping. Okay? And as I turn my waist back, there's a cocking mechanism in the front wrist of the front leg, which helps do the sliding step. So there's like a cocking mechanism as my waist turns. That helps me slide that foot forward. Okay? So I'm going to show it to you from the side. I make sure my arms are 45 degrees out and relax downwards. So they're like floating on top of a waist-high pool of water. I have all the Tai Chi principles, and especially I get my head to suspend as if from the ceiling. Remember, it's as if from the ceiling. Suspending the head comes from the lower back, the Ming Men. So your tailbone, your sacrum has to be vertical, upright. I shift. I turn the waist into a sliding step. No weight. Shift. 100% of my weight. Another sliding step with an empty step. No weight. My waist goes back and forth. Okay, and I'll go back. It's a sliding step, there's no weight. I'll do it forward again, so you can see it in a forward motion. remember you're stepping with no weight. Okay, here's the errors I always see, even from my students who have been doing Tai Chi for 10 or 30 years. Wrong. I stepped with weight. That's the #1 problem. The other one, peeling the heel back when you step. That's not this exercise. Your foot stays flat, skimming the floor. So your foot is always parallel to the floor or moving to the outside. The other thing that people get wrong, and they do the bagua turn, and they're doing this one. This is bagua. This is not this step, okay? So those are the main errors I always see. Remember, Tai Chi principles, arms are out 45 degrees from the vertical plane that bisects my body in half. I relax and extend them out along the bone to the fingertips so they float, okay? I turn my waist into a half step, no weight at all. I then slowly ooze onto the foot. That's what I like calling it. Remember, you're on ice. So you're slowly pressing the ice. So you make that clown halo, the clown foot halo, around the ice, and very delicate. The other thing is I never push my feet into the floor. #1, I never go downward. So my vector is going forward. I go straight forward. I don't press my feet into the floor. That's wrong, okay? You're trying to develop a very light cat-like step. So your foot feels like it's full of cotton. So if you're stepping like your foot is full of lead, that's completely incorrect. So always stick to what is being taught and practice it diligently. Now, there's higher elements of everything. All these practices have higher elements. Remember, it's cyclical as you come back to them. Now, what's the higher element than this one? Eventually, you want to feel as if not only your head is suspended, but my wrists and elbows are suspended from the ceiling. So now as I sink, my wrists are suspended. See how my wrists kind of float? I'm suspended from the ceiling. So my head is suspended as if from the ceiling. My wrists are suspended. Then what happens is I sink my tailbone, my whole torso is suspended. So now I have the feeling that my pelvis is made of wood and it's bobbing in a water bucket. Notice that? Now when I do the exercise, there's a relaxed surging. So as I shift, there's an expanding through the fingertips as a pulse that comes from my center. So there's like a fluid inside you that surges and then condenses and then surges and condenses and surges and condenses and surges and condenses. Okay? So that pulse from your center, like there's a fluid flowing in a tidal rhythm, and a pulse starts. Now, the other advanced thing in this, besides working on cotton foot, is when your bubbling wells open and you can stick them to the floor. What I do is I slide it forward and then my bubbling well connects. Then it acts with my waist to pull myself forward. So I'm actually pulling myself forward using the bubbling well, because my bubbling well's open. I'll teach you how to open your bubbling wells too. It's actually not hard. You just need to have the right method to get to advanced states. Okay? So there's a lot of elements to ice stepping. So hopefully you'll be able to do them all and work on them diligently. Good training.